Welcome to the City of Rats, back again.
City of Rats.
I love it when you do that.
City of Rats.
A lot of people have been saying that to me.
No.
I kid you not.
Singing it?
Yeah, they're singing it.
City of Rats.
They go, it's like, it sounds musical.
It is. Well, it's fucking, it's The Doors.
Well, there you go.
It's L.A. Woman.
Let me just get right off the top. I want to just give a shout out to the top 5 countries listening. Australia, Germany, Canada, Sweden, India. There we go.
India's on the map?
Thank you.
They got podcasts over there?
There we go. That's a good way to start.
They like
off.
my horrible accent work from time to time?
I think they use it as a way to how to fix their English.
They're finally spurring up nationalism. Like, they're talking shit over the pond.
Yeah. You think they still use British terms?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I got it.
You know, Britain put everything else into them.
Okay. Well, anyway, we can see how the Queens of Death affected you. San Francisco, L.A., Troy, Michigan. You know anybody?
Troy, Michigan. That's probably the best city in Michigan, right?
Probably.
Most of Michigan is crumbling, to my understanding.
I mean, it has to be, right? As far as we know.
They just catch the reputation of Detroit for some reason.
D.C. and then Chicago.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we haven't had an episode in 2 weeks, but we've still released on schedule. How was tour, buddy?
Tour was good. It was different than the runs we've done in the past.
Yeah, because I hated the fact you were going.
Well, that's because you were going to miss me.
No.
You called me every night.
Yeah.
You called me drunkenly every night.
Yeah, I called you to say you've made a terrible mistake.
How long was the drive? How long?
Are you okay?
It was a little... the way I justify it is I still have, I think, a few more years of doing not crazy. I don't want to say like crazy, but like out of whack shit in the pursuit of stand-up. Because I like doing stand-up. I like going on the road.
Sure.
But there were certainly moments on this tour where I said, oh, Kunal wouldn't stand for this. Breaking down the stage and folding up chairs and putting them away. I said, I wish if Kunal were here, he might have some. I was going to call you, be like, Kunal, will you talk to these guys for me real quick?
Oh, absolutely. There's no way in hell I'm coming out here to do fucking maintenance work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You hire somebody for these types of things.
The only time...
I pick up a couple chairs. You want to know why I'm picking up a couple chairs? I'm bringing them to where they need on the way out.
Right. Yeah. You're like, I'll make one trip because I'm going that way and I got
direction.
2 free hands.
Absolutely.
The only time we've been on tour together and I've started breaking down the showroom after a show is after like really bad bombs. Or I'm like, you guys need help with anything? Can I, you want me to lock up? Anybody need a water bottle?
Sure. Yeah.
This one, they were like, everyone's got to help break down. And I said... I'm an artist. I'm a performer.
This is disgusting.
Oh, I didn't want to tell you until we were on the pod because I knew you'd be furious. You'll make jokes now, but I know once we stop rolling, you're going to grab me by the lapels and be like, love yourself, damn it.
First, I got to give you lapels.
I don't know what lapels are. Is it just the collar?
I think it's the little pointy parts.
The pointy part of the collar?
Yeah.
Makes for good grabbing.
Yeah, good grabbing. Good threats come from good lapel grabbing.
Exactly.
Political motivations and careers were made from lapel grabbing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So there was that portion of it. There was... I'll tell you this right off the bat. So this is how we started and ended the tour was Eastville Comedy Club, 8 o'clock on Sunday. My buddy Mike Toohey, who I went on the road with, puts on a great show. Yeah. It's always fun. Check it out.
Sure.
We did that show. We got in the car at 9:45 and we just started driving to Nashville.
That is so bonkers to me.
Well, we figure there's 2 of us. We could trade on and off.
That's good math. Yeah.
See, you can't do that because the idea of you being awake in a car alone, you can't do that.
No.
You need the company.
No, it's uncomfortable.
I don't find it uncomfortable.
I mean, I don't want to stay up all night.
A 15-hour drive is uncomfortable, no matter how you put it.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter when you do it. It's still bad.
I kept telling people, I go, but we gained an hour because we went around Central. And they're like, yeah, but it's still 15 hours of physical driving. I'm like,
crazy.
Yeah. But I only had to do 1 shift.
Yeah, sure.
I took over around like 3:30 in the morning.
Good God.
After I got a couple Z's. I got a couple.
Sure.
Took over at 3:30.
Oh, man.
And Mike's in the passenger seat, in and out of sleep. You can kind of tell when someone's actually asleep and when they're just trying to fall asleep. But I'm good. I'm wired. I'm great. And then 7 o'clock comes, 8 o'clock comes. Yeah. And I'm supposed to pull over somewhere around 8:30. That's what we agreed to. Yeah. And I could feel myself just starting to fade. The eyelids are getting heavy.
You know what you said to me when I asked you how was tour? I called you a couple days ago. How was tour? You go, we'll talk about it on the pod. This is the bullshit.
This is
the fucking Go on.
You haven't even gotten to the brunt of it.
Yeah, I'm already angry. Go on.
I hit 12 cows. No. But I'm getting real tired at the wheel. But you've been there before. When you get sleepy at the wheel, it's generally not like I'm tired, but you can keep yourself awake.
Right.
I'm biting my cheek. I'm singing along to the music. I got the window open and shit.
If you told me you hit 12 cows and you brought like 40 pounds of steak and just lumped it on the table, I'd be like, great tour.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't want to hear any complaints.
Yeah, I'm like, fantastic tour.
It all worked out.
I'm eating a steak.
Yeah. This is how my people did it. Yeah. All right.
So go on. So you're biting. You're fucking chomping at the bit.
I'm chomping on my cheek to stay awake, and the sun's just coming up now.
Oh my God, this sounds so scary.
And the sky is gray.
Yeah.
And there's no one else really on the interstate.
Of course
it's a
not.
2-lane interstate. You're passing people once in a while.
Yeah.
And a couple times I'm like, oh, it almost happened there. But I'm looking at the clock.
What's the clock say?
And I could easily just be like, Mike, I got to pull over 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, of course.
But Mike looks so peaceful.
Yeah.
He's finally found peace.
It's like when you get a baby to bed.
Yeah.
And you're like, and it's like on your arm. And
Exactly.
you're like, I gotta pee.
Yeah.
And instead, you're choosing to just pee on yourself.
Yeah. Mike's sucking his thumb. I'm not going to ruin this for him.
Of course not.
I've never seen him happier.
Yeah. He's wearing a bib. He's wearing a bonnet. Yeah.
And it happens. At one point it happens. And I fall asleep.
Oh, my God.
For probably a second. Like literally probably a second where my eyes close and the moment I enter sleep, I feel myself go, no! I don't yell that, but I feel my inner monologue be like, hey! Wake up, hey! And I jerk the wheel. And I jerk the wheel to the left. I'm in the right lane, right?
Yeah.
There's actually 3 lanes. There's nobody in the left lane.
Yeah.
There's someone 4 or 5 car lengths behind me in the middle lane.
Yeah.
And there's me in the right lane. Suddenly jerking into the middle lane.
Yeah.
Not a full jerk into the lane, but like
a half jerk.
a half jerk. The 2 wheels went over the line, but I'm immediately back in my lane.
Yeah.
This all happens in, half a second. Literally just a jerk of the wheel. I get back into the lane, and this is Mike's reaction from being in a dead sleep.
Yeah.
I forget what band was playing. Some like punk band was playing. He snaps out of it and just starts, what's going on? We're okay? We all right? He starts drumming on the dash. He starts drumming on the dash and just looking around like, we're good? Are we okay? And of course, I immediately start apologizing. I'm like, Mike, I'm so sorry. I didn't think that had happened. And he completely let me off the hook. He goes, you didn't even hit the rumble strip, which is true. Like, it's not like I drifted to sleep and slowly went off road.
Sure.
I had one moment of like eyes closing and being out of it, but thank God I didn't jerk the wheel into someone.
That is terrifying.
I'll tell you what. You get really sleepy.
Even Bruce is not happy.
I told you to be careful.
Yeah.
But you fall asleep behind the wheel for 1 second. That 1 second is like 8 hours of sleep because then you're just jacked awake.
100%.
I haven't felt so alive in so long.
I was once driving back from we were out in the city, driving back to Long Island, with my buddy Derek, and I just fully fall asleep at the wheel. I'm hammered.
All right, so you're not just sleepy driving.
I'm just so drunk.
It's been long enough, right? This is okay.
Yeah,
Non-admissive. This is a comedy podcast.
Yeah, of course. And I literally stomped my foot on the brake.
In drunken sleep? Yeah.
And you just hear, and it's just us in the middle of the highway, 3:30 in the morning, no one around us.
That's way scarier to me.
Yeah.
How young were you?
I mean,
Please be my age. Please be my age.
No. Come on now. I was like 23.
Much younger? You were real young.
Yeah.
You were real young and dumb.
Yeah.
But you don't go home and tell people that story. You save that for like 10 years later.
Yeah. I started telling people around 33.
Yeah, I've worked past it. I'm no longer an animal piece of shit.
Of course. Yeah, I haven't drank and drove in, over a decade.
Since you were in Europe when you were allowed yourself to drink
and drive. But that doesn't count because they're not people.
Yeah, no, you hit them. It's like you're doing their country the favor.
I mean, technically. They have an overpopulation. No, they don't. They're very underpopulated.
I mean, here's how I know it was bad because I've told a couple people this and they're just like, dude, that's not they do the thing where like that's not even funny, and I'm like, it's a little funny.
It is a little.
Where it's a little funny because
fun,
again, it's not like I should have just pulled over 15 minutes earlier and been like, Mike, you got to hop in for a little while, but. You know, it's a matter of pride.
Right, of course.
So I get home, I tell my dad that story, and my dad laughs, and he goes, seriously, though, don't tell your mom. But I tell you right now, you know how my mom is. If I did tell her that, next time I'm going on the road, she'd be like, I got you some amphetamines.
She's holding like a kilo?
Yeah.
She's got a fat kilo?
I got you a case of water, some sandwich meat, and some methamphetamine.
And she's just shaking the bottle like maracas?
Yeah. She's happy about it.
Yeah,
She's like, this is general trucker crank, but this is the good stuff. They say just a bump will do you.
They say Hitler did this stuff.
Yeah.
She's like singing you to the way to the car.
Yeah.
Dennis is going to stay alive.
So the lengths of some of the drives you would not be on board for. You're past that, I understand.
Yeah, no.
And if I had the time to better prepare the tour, we would have been doing more stops and stuff.
Of course.
Here's the other thing. We pull into Nashville. So happy to get to this hotel. Mm-hmm. Had it reserved a couple weeks in advance. You know, the pictures looked great.
Right.
Pictures were not... I got catfished by this hotel.
Hotel catfishing is the worst catfishing. I'm going to be out there. Because if you get catfished by a person, the chance to sleep with them is still there.
Right.
When you get catfished by a hotel, there is nothing.
Oh, no. Yeah. There was more than a chance. We were sleeping at this hotel.
Oh, yeah.
I
know, but I'm saying, like, there's no, like, pleasure. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're gritting your teeth through... I mean, me and you have stayed in some dumps.
Oh, buddy, we stayed in the same place where they filmed Logan.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen the movie Logan, that hotel where the woman is stabbed to death multiple times, I don't know if it was by Logan or by a knife, but whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, we stayed there, and the hotel that we stayed in, it was so shitty.
Yes.
They had to spruce it up for the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine location scouting and you're like, we need a rundown motel.
Yeah.
And seeing a place and be like, this is too much.
Yeah.
You need to pull it back a little bit.
They put a fresh coat of paint on things.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then when they were done filming the movie, they told us, they were like, we left the blood splatters up because that's the attraction now. Is come stay in the Logan room.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So go on.
Their most wanted room, they said. We go to check in, and we're just, we've had breakfast now or whatever, but we need like a good 4-hour nap. We got Zanies in Nashville that night, one of the best clubs in the country. We want to be rested. We want to be on point.
Right.
Go to check in, and how long do you think it should take to check into a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn?
I mean, we're talking at most 10 minutes.
At most,
At most 10 minutes.
This took about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Took about 20 minutes. The guy behind the counter, I can only describe as he reminded me of Riff Raff.
Who's Riff Raff?
He's the white guy with cornrows and metal teeth who was like, he was buddies with Action Bronson for a little bit. He was in the...
Oh, it's like a real person.
He's a real person.
Okay, yeah, all right.
With a fake name. Riff Raff. And he's, the type of guy, I'm finna blow up and ignore everybody. I can't. I don't know what his deal... if I had to tell you what Riff Raff's job, occupation is on his taxes, I have no fucking clue. Alien? Space alien is my guess?
Mr. Raff? Yeah, people call me Riff.
Mr. Raff. Only Mama calls me Riff. Everybody else calls me Sir Raffenstein.
All right, so...
And it's just one of those things where there's red flags all over the fucking place. There's a sign there that says the deposit for the room must be paid in cash at the time of check-in.
Oh, no.
When is a credit card not a viable option?
No, that's never good.
How many rooms have been trashed with bad credit cards on file?
That's a huge red flag.
That's a big red flag.
Absolutely.
Mike is just hanging in the back. I'm noticing this shit, and I'm like, it's going to be fine.
Right.
Whatever it is.
This is typical Dennis behavior. For those who don't know,
absolutely.
Dennis will
grin and bear it.
He's literally watching, he could be tied up in a chair. The room is on fire around him and be like, I'll get out. Yeah, there's enough time. Totally enough time.
It's a little warm.
Totally.
I like it colder in my hotel rooms.
Yeah, it's fine. There's a lot of smoke in my throat. I'll be all right.
But I don't want to lose it on this guy. I'm giving him $100 deposit. I don't want to be rude, but he's saying shit to me like, so what's your specs like?
Right.
And I'm like, I'm sorry? He's like, your specs. What's your specs like?
What do you mean?
I'm like, specifications? What do you mean, specs? My specs? He's like your script. What's your script looking like? And I'm like, in my head, I want to be like, my script is like, check me into this fucking room as fast as you can, please.
Right.
But I'm just like, oh, just got in off the road, just tired, want to take a nap, Mr. Ref.
I thought you meant like as a script, like an actual, like you're gonna pitch him an idea.
You guys are Hollywood men, right?
Well, I just came into some money and I'm looking to invest. Tell me your specs.
He was a real Southern stereotype of like white guy who sounded very black for a better,
Yeah, of course.
He's like, he had fucking cornrows, you know what I mean? White guy with cornrows, I'm already like...
Yeah. This is the other end is white guy with dreads.
Yeah. I'm like, show me your work ID so that I know that you work here. So I'm not giving you $100 unless I see you put it in a safe.
I'm fully expecting you to be like, I'd like to see your employee ID number.
I looked at the certificate on the wall to see what the owner's name was.
Yeah.
Indian guy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
What do you mean, of course?
What do you mean? No, I mean, some of these real shitbag motels we've stayed in,
right,
run by Indian guys, dude. Yeah.
But that did make me trust him more. I was like, I'll get this $100 back. If I gotta talk to Raj, I'll talk to Raj. But I'm getting this $100 back.
You'll get the money back from him. Sure,
I've dealt with your people enough to know how to massage a $100 deposit back.
I'm thinking I've dealt with my people enough. Like I'm looking at the same way that you would be looking at it.
Right.
I don't fit in with them.
Yeah. So he eventually, after like 20 minutes, he's like, all right, you're good to go.
Right.
Gives me one key card. And I'm like, can I get a second card from my buddy? He goes, you can only get one card. And I don't even press it. I'm just like, I'll explain it to Mike. I'll let Mike hold it. I don't give a shit anymore. Get into the room. The room's fine enough. It's on the second floor. The door opens to the parking lot, to the balcony.
Great.
Some people consider that a red flag. I've stayed at some nice places where it opens to the parking lot.
Sure.
It seems clean enough, but there are visible stains on my sheets and cigarette holes in my sheets. And in my head...
The only time there were cigarette holes was when we were in, I think, Minneapolis at the King's Motel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they also had dust mites, much to your chagrin.
Okay, first of all, we're not going to get into my dust mites. I have sensitive skin, and if sheets are not washed in hot water, I start to itch. That's what it is. This is how I am. I get it. Is it fucking prissy? It is. It's 1,000% prissy.
Is this a hot button topic? Absolutely not.
No.
Even though you immediately go into this prepared defense.
The thing that I want to talk about isn't the fact that I'm a prissy person. That's not it.
Stop calling yourself prissy.
Okay, well,
I don't like that.
I don't care. You know what? I am very prissy.
I don't want to be associated with the priss community.
Too bad. You are now. I've mentioned you on the blogs. The point that I'm trying to say is this.
Yes.
Our check-in process, that time, I remember one time.
Oh, my God.
Dennis and
yeah.
I checked in.
Holy shit.
We came in, and, I make it, whenever I'm on the road, 2 to 4 hour drives max.
Yeah.
Right? And I believe this was around a 4 hour, pushing 4 5.
Yeah, we were tired.
Yeah, we're tired. We just want to get in, relax.
Were we in Milwaukee?
Maybe Milwaukee.
I think
don't
Milwaukee.
remember. Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Minnesota, all of it's
one of those mid cities.
It was a mid situation.
Okay.
So we're sitting there, and we're in this waiting room waiting for this lady to check in, this other person, and there's a Latin teenager who's also working here.
Yeah.
And the woman behind the counter is yelling. She works there, is yelling at the Latin teenager for fucking up.
So naturally, me and Kunal were like, yeah, get your shit straight, kid. We piled on. Yeah. Like, don't make us come back there.
We put on ice hats.
Come on, S.A.
So we're waving little flags, American flags. So, and something in the room smells heinous.
Yeah.
Like pure human shit.
Pure human shit.
Yeah.
Like, not like a bad smell. Like, oh, what is that? Is that bad meat? No.
This was so bad.
Feces
that I started checking my shoes.
Right.
And I told you to check yours.
Yeah.
I remember that. Because then all of a sudden, the person gets checked in, and the lady's done yelling at this Latin woman. Let him be. Ignore the shit out of him. Is done ignoring that. Is done dealing with that. The Latin woman. Done dealing with the customer. We walk up. This woman's breath.
Yes.
Is so heinous. It is like I've stood in a subway with the hot air coming at me on a summer's day. That disgusting breeze. I'll take that any day of the week.
A wind tunnel of rat shit.
Yes.
This is a city of rats.
City of rats.
Rat shit. They get the bubonic plague. All kinds of stuff. They die. They rot. No one's going down there and cleaning rats out of the subway tracks from a half mile down the station.
Right.
All that hot air coming through doesn't hold a candle to this woman's
I can't
breath.
even, man. There's like a smell that, you know how they say smell is strongest sense tied to memory?
Yes.
I can put together that room in my mind.
Every time you take a dump?
I wish. No dump of mine will ever bring, no dump has ever been that smelly.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. No shit I've ever taken, even being constipated. I could build the wood panels in my mind.
Right.
Because that room was horrible. That smell.
It was
haunts
so
me.
bad.
Yeah.
And we get into the room. I thought the room was delightful. I thought it was very quaint.
Sure.
I thought it was
Yeah.
you know,
This is typical Dennis behavior.
I don't know whatever you could mean by that. Yeah. But you know, you start going on about the dust mites,
Right.
and I'm like, whoa, dust mites.
Yeah. Dust mites.
Dust mites. I'm scratching my what?
You're bleeding in the chest.
Yeah, right. I roll off the sheet after taking a nap, and there's just like bloody bits on my back. You know what I mean? But we look up the reviews. Mm-hmm. We're like, let's go to Google reviews and take a look. Go to Yelp, which you know sometimes we'll do before we check them.
Right.
The very first thing with like 10 thumbs up on the review. The woman working the front counter's breath smells like dog shit. And that almost made it worth it because we started laughing so hard.
It was the best part of the day.
Yeah,
best part of the night.
There was a few people who had, and we meet up now once a month to remember her breath, her wicked breath.
Yeah, absolutely. She had to be cremated.
Yeah, and then put in a nuclear waste bin.
Right.
So we stay there. We're staying there 2 nights at this motel, and the first night we're like getting back from the gig or whatever, and there's this restaurant that is obviously closed behind us. Like doesn't seem like they'll ever be open. Right. But there's a big SUV idling there with 2 guys, and people seem to be coming and going from the SUV. Here and there, you know what I mean?
With a frequency akin to someone buying drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Pretty much on the nose, Kunal. And me and Mike, you might say we look like cops. You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you right now, yes. You so much so, but him especially.
3 hours later, I'm negotiating on the phone with the kingpin drug dealer for Mike's life. If you ever want to see your boy again. I'm like, I don't even know that guy.
You just hear drumming in the background?
Why drumming?
Because Mike is like in there in the back.
Oh, Mike's, that's what he does when he panics?
Yeah.
He just,
just
what's going on? We okay? We all right?
Yeah. You going to save my life?
No, like the next morning, I think when we came out for breakfast, they're still there doing their thing. But me and Mike had a definite moment where they looked up at us and were grilling us. We just looked back and we kind of gave them the nod, and they gave us the nod back. And we're like, all right, we're going to be okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. We still took our computers in the car. We didn't leave them in the room.
Of course.
And the one final thing, how laughably bad this motel was that we stayed in, is so that second day we're like, we got to get at, like, we have breakfast and we're like, we got to go get some activity in. Right. It's an easy trap to fall into on the road to just eat like shit and not move your body at all.
Absolutely.
So we find this park, which wound up having like a little community center in it. Yeah. Weight room,
nice.
Basketball courts.
Right.
I start talking to the girl. I'm like, how much to use the facilities? We're in from out of town, blah, blah, blah. She's like, use the facility. Go ahead. She's like, this isn't New York, you big dummy. She called it. She's like, you guys are from New York. I'm like, yes, we are. And she's like, yeah, you don't have to pay. It's
beautiful.
This is Tennessee. Yeah. Land of the free. You want a gun? Take 2. She's like, yeah, she starts. But she says to us, she goes, so where are y'all staying? And I go, well, we're staying over at a motel and I'm trying to remember the street. I go, Brick Pike, and her face drops. Ooh. And she goes, don't tell me you're staying over on Brick Church, Pike Street. Yeah. And I go, yeah, that's the one. And she goes, well, you know what? It's been a lot better ever since they got rid of the Jack in the Box. It got a lot better since they got rid of that fast food joint. Now
she brings out more guns.
Yeah, she's like, you better take these. You're going to want these.
Honey, you're going to need this.
But always a bad sign when the local's like, oh, that's where you're staying?
Jesus Christ.
Well, we made
Did you push for more questions?
About what?
About that neighborhood, that area.
I just know. What are you at? What do I want to know? What is she going to say to make me feel better?
I don't know. I mean, nothing.
Has anyone been killed there recently?
I don't know.
She's like, well, not in 2 weeks. I'm like, well, I guess that's a long enough buffer for it.
Seems like it's a good situation.
I already looked up every city we went to on tour. I looked up when the most recent shooting was. All within 6 months.
Okay, that's great. Fantastic.
That's America, baby.
Any other tour?
That's really it. I have nothing to hide. I fell asleep at the wheel one time.
Okay.
And I don't advise it, but that'll keep you up. That'll make you awake.
Yeah, absolutely. Falling asleep at the wheel is the most terrifying thing. The amount of adrenaline that kicks in your body, insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Speaking of driving,
you were on the road a bit.
I was on the road. I was on the road as well, and
Where were you? Pittsburgh one week, and then
Virginia Beach. The
nice,
next.
good clubs.
Good clubs.
Nice.
Pittsburgh Improv, Virginia Beach Funny Bone. Solid clubs, well run. So we're driving down to Virginia Beach. You know, it's me, Akash, Tushar, Akash's video guy, Kevin.
How long's that drive?
7 hours.
And you guys are driving, or someone's driving?
We split it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So it's all good. And the Kevin is like, he loves to drive anyway.
Yeah.
So he'll take like a chunk.
Right.
Which is great. But we're sitting there, we're driving around, and I'm going down. It's weird. To get to Virginia Beach from New York City, it's like you take routes. You don't take like the interstate.
Yeah, because you got to follow that coast.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. You follow the coast, and you're going down it, and we're on this one road for 93 miles.
Yeah.
So it's just a 2-lane.
With stoplights and shit?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah.
Way occasionally.
You're going 40, 50 miles an hour, but then
yeah.
you'll hit a stoplight and be like,
Yes.
what is going on? Yeah.
So it's 55 miles per hour. I'm doing 75.
It's a 50 and you're doing 75?
55.
This is what is this, amateur hour?
I mean,
we take pride. You know what I told Mike while we were on tour, driving
Right.
like maniacs for 15
we've never
hours?
gotten a ticket.
Never got pulled over one time. Also
Yes.
my fault.
Yeah.
But I didn't fall asleep.
Right.
And yeah, no tickets.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but it's like I'm not thinking anything of this. I'm just going.
because you're thinking interstate where it's
Interstate,
70 or
yeah,
65, 75.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about the speed limit.
Right.
So I'm just going, and cop car in the center lane. Guy I thought it was an SUV crossing the thing. Man, lapse of judgment.
You sped up, if anything?
I mean, I kind of did. I was like, well, but the guy puts the lights, does that, puts his hand out.
You're looking around, you're like, who is it? Who's he going for? Who did what?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm like, he's following me for 3 miles. So I pull over. Guy comes around. I give him the license, the PBA cards. They're from New York. I don't care.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, he goes, who do you know? And I go, he's a comedian. I'm a comedian. We're all comedians. You get it out right off the top.
Wait,
right?
did you drop the name of the PBA guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a comic. You know, he's helped me.
I don't know if you should have said he's a I would have been like, he's a cop.
Yeah, well,
I'm a comic.
Yeah. Well, no, I said he's a retired cop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a
All right.
retired
All
cop,
right, retired.
comic, and you know, because of him, he helped me out. Mark DeMeo, shout out to Mark DeMeo.
Shout out, Mark.
And so then,
Sounds like your car didn't go very far, but
so the
thanks
guy,
anyway.
the guy takes my license and he goes, "You could keep those."
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, and he goes, pull over into that area. I don't want to be on the road, on the highway.
Yeah.
And we pull in, and you know, I'm going, man, this is
Now, do you ever hesitate to get? I'm always hesitating to give the PBA card because I feel like they could take it that way. Where
I
they're
don't
like,
give a shit.
"Oh, you think this will save you?"
I don't care.
Now I'm definitely giving you a ticket.
No, I think it's a good gesture. Ultimately,
it should be, but cops can definitely
they could
perceive
be
it
dicks
as like,
about it.
yeah.
They could, but then again, if they are and they give you the ticket because of that, you'd contact the cop who gets in touch with them, and they're like, "Hey, what the hell is that about?" And that's happened before.
You've done that? You've had your gun?
I've never had a ticket given to me because of the PBA card.
Not because of,
Yeah.
but in spite of.
They're not in spite of it. No, there's the code.
That's absolutely in spite of. It's their
No.
decision to ticket you or not.
It
These
is
fuckers.
their decision, but they still back each other versus spiting
Right.
someone. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like they may hate you.
Yeah.
Like, I've had a cop throw my PBA card at me.
Tried to slice your cheek with it. Yeah. You're like, ow, what was that for?
He takes a knife, but he doesn't think to stab me with a knife. Instead, he hits me with the PBA card. So
I gave.
he leans me back in my chair and starts shaving me. He takes out a cream and goes, "Listen, I'm telling you, you're not driving safe.
Listen, you need to rest. You
Yeah.
need this right now.
Yeah, he puts the hot towel over my eyes. It's really just a towel with 2 guns that have been fired. All right,
Years ago, I had a boss who gave me somebody gave him a PBA card,
Right.
and it was like one of the really good ones.
Yeah.
Because it's not just PBA cards; there's like levels. To
levels.
that
Yeah,
shit.
there's like a gold one.
A great PBA card. I think I was allowed to kill somebody legally and get away with it. You know what I mean? It had a list of crimes on the back. They're like, good for 1 killing. And I got pulled over for speeding.
They still had the list, but some of them were just taken off. But there was an obvious.
It's like a
X.
punch card.
Yeah,
You can already.
yeah,
I've already robbed a bank this year.
Hey, rape's not allowed.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, we had
There's lines. You know what I mean?
You know.
Only the cops get that card. You have to be an actual cop. Anyway, so, but it had his name on it. It had my boss's name on it. Stop. It had my boss's name on it.
Yeah.
And I get pulled over. I give the cop the PBA card. He goes, "Says your name's Dennis Rooney.
Yeah.
Who's Mr. So-and-so?"
Right.
I go, "Oh, that's my boss. He gave it to me." He goes, "Well, if you're not Mr. So-and-so, why do you have the card?" And I'm like, I don't know. He gave it to me. I'm sorry. Just forget I gave it to you.
Yeah.
But it was seen. I think he was like more ticked off that I'm like,
That's
this guy's
fair.
stealing people.
That's fair because it's the wrong name.
I guess so.
That's what it is. It's 100% what
My
it is.
boss was setting me up for failure.
No, he wanted to help you in case you were driving, sure, but he didn't think it'd be a big deal.
He also gave me a Narcon kit one time, which I thought was strange
That's
and telling.
that's fucked
He's
up.
like, here, you hang out with fucking loser degenerates. You might need this one day. That's not a joke. He really did. I have it in my apartment. I don't know what to do with it.
Fentanyl's not a problem with the people I hang out with.
Yeah.
But you.
He was a volunteer firefighter, so
Yeah.
he probably was just one night. He was like, let me grab one of those for Rooney.
Yeah, he seems like a degenerate garbage.
So I'm
scumbag.
sorry. You get
Yeah.
pulled over.
So I get pulled over.
He says, you keep those PBA cards.
Yeah, you keep
little
those.
twink.
Yeah, we're in the wrong state, you
Yeah.
motherfucker. And he comes back, gives the ticket, and I go, no leniency for comedians.
I guess the ticket's already been written.
I'm at a
you might as well
last-ditch
get some.
effort.
You might as well get some words in.
Yeah, and he goes, what if they work at a grocery store? And I go, well, they're not funny. And he goes, yeah, no. Gives me the ticket. Gives me the fucking ticket. $184.
$184.
You know what the crazy thing is? I've only
That's
ever,
like 10 T-shirts.
9, but
9.
yes, yeah. So I say to myself, I go, man, and it just hit me. The only time I've ever gotten a speeding ticket in my life,
Car filled with brown people.
10 years ago, in Virginia.
Really?
The same state I was in.
Same cop, you think? You think you remember?
No. I remember the cop who gave me the ticket.
Right.
Young guy, real piece of shit.
He's like, how much time you got now?
I tried to evade him when I was in Virginia. The point that I was trying to make is, then somebody told me, I was talking to a friend of mine, and Maria, and she said to me, she was talking to another friend of hers, they said, Virginia is the worst state.
They're tough on that
They're
shit.
tough. They're so tough. In fact, even the guy who she was talking to is a military guy.
Right.
And even he's gotten tickets.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, there's just no getting out of it.
Right.
They are so strict on tickets, it's bonkers behavior.
They got to make their money somehow, I guess. You know what I mean?
I guess, but it's like such...
Maybe they're not giving out parking tickets. Maybe there's no parking meters in Richmond.
Man, I don't fucking know. But when I drove around Virginia and I go, this place is very beautiful.
Yeah.
My only thought was, well, $184 of my money is making...
Yeah. You're also going 25. That could have been...
18 miles over the speed limit. Let's relax.
Oh, I thought it was 75 and a 50.
I was doing 73 and a 55.
Okay. All right.
73 and a 50. Man, it's just 70. I'm not a fast driver. You know how I'm not a quick driver.
I know.
But
Me and
for
you
me
have a
to-
policy.
Yeah.
So you get like 4 miles. People think 9 miles an
Yeah.
hour over the speed limit.
Yeah.
Too risky.
Too risky.
You go 4. You go 4, and if you got to pass somebody on the interstate, you bump it up to 9 just to pass them. Then you bring it back down again.
Absolutely. But
That's
the point
why-
is, I was so fucking, I was livid.
Yeah.
This took a huge chunk of my money out of the weekend.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's not like,
And it's like no one in the car piped up and was like, hey, man, we'll split that between everybody.
check this.
Never came up?
No.
Never came up,
No,
huh?
no. Check
All right,
this.
I'm
Check
listening.
this. Before, when Tushar was driving, he goes, man, if I get a ticket, I hope we could split it. Nobody piped up.
Ah, you piece of shit.
And then when I got it, and then they brought it up, they're like, we would have split it, but Kunal never said jack shit. And I go, man, what am I gonna do?
Fair is fair.
Fair is fair. I'm
You
taking
made
the
your
L.
bed. You got to sleep in it.
I got to sleep in it, and it's just
Also, what a bunch of trash people you guys are that when he did say that, no one was like, oh, what are there, 5 of you in the car or 4?
4.
Yeah, that's like a fifth. That's
I know.
$45 each. That's nothing.
I know, man. I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
But you had to eat it.
I had to eat it. I ate it, and it's fine. It's
how,
okay.
How long did you talk about it on stage for? 28 of the 30 minutes?
No. It would become like the first minute and a half towards like a riff about Virginia and in general the state.
And then a reminder when you plug the shirts at the end, right?
I didn't. You know what's crazy? Didn't bring shirts, so I couldn't even sell them.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I know, dude. Fucking kills me.
You should have sold the shirt off your back.
I might as well have.
Some posters? Nothing?
Nothing.
Oh, I sold some of our old posters on tour, by the way. You're not seeing any of that money, by the way.
I don't expect to. How much?
I didn't think I had them. They were buried in with my own.
Sure, good. Make all the fucking money you can. Dude.
Yeah.
You know, it got me. The law got me thinking about something.
The Law.
Yeah.
Johnny Law.
Johnny Law
and
got
his
me.
bandit of thieves.
And his garbage behavior.
Political government G-men thieves,
These
bootlicking
scumbag
fuckers.
with these fucking limousine liberals.
Oh, okay. Nice. I like that one.
Yeah, all right. So this, I don't even know.
Wait, are we still talking about cops? Limousine liberals?
I mean, we're
everybody sucks.
The whole system's corrupt.
Everybody sucked dicks.
Take it all the way to the fucking top. The point that I'm trying to make is this: is that now they're looking to get people. They're looking to take people out of jail for crimes against smoking weed. Mm-hmm.
Biden pardoned like 10,000 people, something like that.
Yeah,
which is probably a drop in the bucket, but still a nice gesture.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think it is going to bite us in the ass so badly because, you ready? Are you wondering where I'm going with this?
Of course I am.
Okay.
I can never tell what's going on in that stupid head of yours.
Yeah. I'll tell you why.
You've been festering over a $184 ticket for 10 days.
It's got me.
I can only imagine what conclusions you've come to.
So this is my thing about letting people out of jail for crimes against smoking weed, selling weed, that kind of stuff. This is why it's going to come to bite us in the ass. I don't think that. I think that those people they shouldn't have been in jail to begin with. I don't believe they should have. Right? From the get-go. Okay. But letting them out is going to be really bad for society because it's just going to show a glaring reflection as to how bad the prison system is.
So you're thinking that they've been, what do they call that? Not penalized. Institutionalized.
Yeah.
They got to go to the bathroom at the same time every day. That sort of thing. Yeah. You think it's going to be a huge detriment to society?
They can't walk to the diner or to the mess hall without stabbing somebody.
Yeah. Someone looks at them the wrong way, you think they're going to break a cafeteria tray over their head.
Absolutely.
So you'd rather just keep anyone who's been in jail for more than 6 months gets life.
I don't think that's I don't think that's the case. I'm just saying it's going to bite us. And there's no answer. There's no right answer. I'm just saying it's going to bite us in the ass because those people have been in jail, and jail is such a fucking nightmare in this country that these people are broken in a lot of ways that they cannot be repaired.
I don't think I agree with that.
Listen, do I think that, am I hopeful to say that let's say the 10,000, right? Mm-hmm. Am I hopeful to say that maybe 9,000 of these people are going to be fine and all well and good and they're good to go? I'm hoping. Dude, I'm hoping I'm wrong. Yeah. But we've heard so many nightmare stories about prison being such a fucked up place that why wouldn't these people come out and be maniacs?
Well, the stories we hear about prison are, I think, the worst ones. There's also, of course. There's also a very large percent of the prison population, I believe, that just goes through daily life and keeps
There's
their
also
head.
The good stories.
No, I mean...
The skinhead who makes caps for kids who have cancer.
I've heard it both. I've heard where you go into jail, like an actual prison for a long-term sentence or whatever, 2 years, 5 years, something like that. Yeah. You immediately, it's like, you can't be like, I'm going to do my own thing. It's like, no. You have to affiliate with a gang or a group or something. Sure. You know what I mean? You can't do your own thing. Yeah. And then I've heard it the other way where it's like, depending on the jail, white collar probably, where it's a lot more like, no, we have classes. Not that it's like daycare, but it's like if you keep your head low and keep busy, you'll be fine.
The weed dealers are probably not in the white collar crime jails.
Right.
Yeah.
But they also might not be with like the maximum security people.
I'm not saying there isn't, but jail in general is such a bad environment.
We should go to jail and figure this out. We should find out.
The next tour is through jails.
Behind bars? Kunal and Rooney behind bars?
Yeah, that'd be so great. So that's my big...
I won't drive 15 hours, but I'll do a tour through jails.
That's my big fear right now, is that.
That's your big fear? What are you, a fucking white woman in the suburbs?
No, I don't mean...
they're releasing the potheads who've been in jail too long. They're probably going to murder me in my sleep.
Who's going to knit these caps for all the ball children?
Where will we get our license plates?
When I call Verizon customer service, who's going to answer?
They do that?
I think so.
I'm going to be a lot nicer next time I get on the wire with them.
No, but that's not my fear. That's like, it's not like I think about it on a day-to-day basis. That's like a concern that I'm going, man, this is like, it's going to show us how bad jail is. And maybe it's a good thing.
I think we already know how bad jail is. You hear stories about people going into jail for something, they get out. Again, we won't even say 15, 20 years. 5 years later, and they're right back in a month later. Because it's like that's almost all that they want to go back.
Of course,
subconsciously. I'm saying it. They want to go back.
They need it.
They need it. No, but like
sick fucks.
We've seen Shawshank Redemption. We know what happens to Brooks.
Yeah,
he hung himself.
No.
You don't remember that scene?
No.
That's literally the story arc of Brooks.
I don't remember those.
You're thinking of the main character.
I'm thinking about something else.
Brooks was the old man who had been there forever.
I'm thinking about the guy who goes through shit.
No, the guy who's like, if you put your penis in my mouth, I'm going to chomp down. These are the scenes I remember.
I think you're confusing Oz with Shawshank.
No, I know the fucking movie very well. You clearly don't.
You know when the guy who gets a DUI takes a shit on the Nazi's chest? Remember that, Shawshank?
Is that in Oz?
That's in Oz.
I tried watching Oz. Too much.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I remember.
You think prison is Oz? I think
No.
prison is Shawshank.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
They got a great library.
The point that I'm trying to make is that there will be one or the other.
Right.
Right. That's
Yeah.
the point.
I always thought I'd fare pretty good in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. You're 6'4", whatever.
You always say that.
several hundred pounds.
Yeah. First of all, I'm 6'5".
Whatever.
All right, give me that extra inch, all right?
I know
If
you
the
need
ladies are watching.
For the ladies tuning in.
6'4" is you know what's weird?
Yeah.
I'm 6'5". This is very off topic, but it just came to my mind. I just finished watching She-Hulk, which better than I expected. It was
Okay.
good. A lot of judgment in your just now. I heard that. Yeah. Okay. I liked it.
Bent wrist.
But
Yeah.
I was like reading about She-Hulk.
Yeah.
She-Hulk is only 6'7".
Okay.
Isn't the Hulk like 10 feet tall?
I don't know how tall the Hulk is.
Oh, all right. Well,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
What, are you taking up a cause?
Well, I'm looking at She-Hulk and I'm like, wow, she's huge. And then
Yeah.
it's like, I'm 2 inches smaller than She-Hulk.
Yeah, all right.
I think I could be She-Hulk.
I call you She-Hulk behind your back.
I appreciate that. It's better than some of the other things I've heard you call me behind my back.
I tell people hoping it gets to your face.
Things I can't say on air. So
Did you listen to the what Kanye on the Kanye Drink Champs? He was on the Drink Champs podcast.
I didn't listen to it. I've
Yeah.
been keeping abreast of Kanye's headlines.
Yeah.
Where
Clips.
he seems to be going spiraling, maybe?
Spiraling. Some say spiraling.
Yeah.
Some say the truth is coming.
What is he? I heard there was some talk of the Jews.
Yeah. This is the thing.
Oh, I love when you say this is the thing.
Yeah.
Something horrible is about to come out of your face.
It's great.
Here's the thing. He
Yeah.
was right.
Show's over.
Subscribe.
Yeah. I mean, he talks about the Jews are, they're keeping them down.
Yeah.
And then of all the institutions to stop working with him, it's the banks. I mean, come on.
The banks? What do you mean?
Like J.P. Morgan closed his account.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The banks Chase closed his accounts.
Well, they got to give you your money, right?
They give you your money.
Okay.
But the point is they closed his accounts and after him saying anti-Semitic things.
Right.
And it's just the funniest thing. Of all the institutions to stop, you know what I mean? Of all the institutions to pipe up out of nowhere, it's just the funniest thing. It's the banks. That just makes it so. It's just the timing couldn't be funnier.
If Kanye was like, Windex is behind global pollution,
Right.
and then Windex was like, that's not true, but
Right.
you're going to have streaky windows from
Yeah.
now on. It'd be a little suspect.
Yeah,
You'd be like,
right,
Windex, I want to see those books.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so ridiculous. Like, if he said the Japanese,
Yeah.
are behind my success and my failure,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden, they take away, I don't know, his Honda Accord.
Also, I can't remember a time in my life where, I mean, I've heard of businesses, lashing out at celebrities, whatever, or being like, we don't condone that kind of behavior.
Right.
I've never heard a bank stand up and be like, oh, that's fucked up. That's not right.
HSBC was funding terrorism.
Were they?
Yeah. They were caught for helping, basically terrorist organizations were using their banks to clean money, to launder money. And they had to pay almost $1 billion in fines.
Wow.
And it's just like, this is where they come in. You know what I mean?
What's in your wallet?
Yeah.
A UED.
You know what?
My friend's leg.
My trip to see Allah.
My buddy's dog tags. Jesus. This is a night episode.
Yeah,
feels different, right?
Yeah, it's
than a
little,
Sunday morning
A
episode.
little after dark. So he's been making all these comments.
Take off my shirt.
Yeah. We've got nip tassels on there. Welcome to City of Rats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the viewers. Sure.
Right. So yeah.
And even then, nobody was like, fucked with HSBC. It's like, they're the bank in my town.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have a lot of ATMs.
100%.
I'm not paying $3.
Capital One took money during what's thing called? I think even before the pandemic, they took loan money, bailout money. They took bailout money when the banks needed bailing out. They didn't even need the bailout money.
Sure.
They took it so they could crush local banks.
Right.
And become the dominant bank in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, all right, man, fine. Everyone's got their hands dirty, but the hypocrisy is so fucking glaring.
Yeah.
To me, it's incredible.
Yeah.
But the point is this. Is he making anti-Semitic remarks? Oh, yeah. I listened to that interview. It's a little off the rails. You can't defend him at this point.
I'll say this. Yeah, I'm definitely not defending him, but I will say, and I have a very surface level knowledge of Kanye West.
Course,
Jesus Walks. I like that song. The other one with the piano and the Maroon 5 guy, not bad. I throw that on when I'm in a lighthearted mood.
Sure.
Which isn't often. But
I'm because I open up my wallet.
But like his Candace Owens thing, White Lives Matter. He's done other things in the past. Slavery was an option or was a choice.
A choice. Yeah.
He loves to take an idea that does kind of make sense and say it in the worst possible. He loves to defund the police. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's that.
Where it's like bad phrasing.
I think it's this. I think it's literally, how do I keep my name in people's mouths? All of it.
Is the music not doing it?
I mean, you can't. What's faster? You're gonna sit there and create an album, or you're just gonna have somebody print up a T-shirt that says "White Lives Matter."
Listen, I've been dodging my hip hop career for years by saying crazy shit on podcasts. It's not working either way. I gotta really say something outlandish.
I
gotta
get back in the
Kanye.
booth.
Yeah. But in that sense of thinking, where this guy loves to put things in the worst possible phrasing.
Yes.
If you do think Hollywood is run by many Jewish people. Mm-hmm. And you think Hollywood is keeping your career down through the law of transference, you would be like, yeah, the Jews are ruining my career.
Right.
When really what you mean is the Jews run Hollywood, Hollywood's keeping me down.
Yeah.
But let me just cut straight from A to C.
Yeah.
And even A to B to C, not a great look, and I'm not saying I agree with it.
Yeah.
But I bet that's his mentality.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
who's keeping my career down? Mexicans. They won't let me prosper.
just write 16 bars. For fuck's sake, just write the raps, man. They're not that bad. You sang on an episode before.
Dun 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 dun. Did it Black Skinhead? Was that you got that? Okay.
Yeah, all right. Okay. I want to do one more thing before we get out of here.
Sure, yeah.
Rat of the week.
Oh, you got one?
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
I got one.
It's not me, right?
No. That's next week.
Rat of the year.
This guy, bag of shit. Ian McKeever, rat of the week. It'd be so funny if it's just like a personal gripe. It's a guy in like junior high.
5th grade. You bullied the shit out of me.
Yeah, you looked at me weird.
I'm not over it.
Yeah. So what if I was wearing my mom's jeans?
You made fun of me for dust mites. They're real.
Ian McKeever's your name anagram.
You're Shutter Islanding me? You pull down the tapestry. It's just my dumb face behind it.
So, Ian McKeever, there's a new...
You snap the microphone in half. It's made of clay? That's a very specific reference to that movie, but if you get it, it's a good one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, it's just a great that I like the tear.
Good.
So, Ian McKeever, there was a news story about that horse that had collapsed in the streets of New York.
Okay.
And because the guy was supposedly, the horse was malnourished. And they had the horses overheated, one of the hottest days.
We've talked about it before. It's fucked up what they do to these horses in New York City.
Yeah, so these horses are doing these carriage rides. So, the horse, Ryder was the name of the horse. Not a great name.
Dumb name for a horse.
Absolutely. But Ryder euthanized recently.
Okay.
Big,
Yeah.
Shout outs to Ryder.
We miss you, Ryder.
Yeah, we think about you all the time.
Yeah. Next time I'm gluing something in my home, I'll remember you.
I take out an Elmer's thing and I just sniff each one heavily. I'm just peeling. You know when you put glue in your hand, you're peeling it off your hand, making the little thing. So the horse passed away. The owner, Ian McKeever, he's the horse carriage operator.
Okay.
Rat of the week. This guy said the horse was 13 years old.
Oh, no.
Vets found out 26.
Jesus.
Yeah. This horse should have been off the fucking streets years ago.
Ian's getting arrested. He's like, he told me he was 13.
He looked old enough. Yeah, come on. You know how he got into the club?
Yeah.
You saw what was happening?
You saw it clop down the street?
Yeah,
he wanted to be a rider.
He was drinking too. You saw what he was wearing.
Yo, how can you? I mean, I guess I could. How long do horses live?
I mean,
30 years?
I guess
26
yeah.
is
This
crazy
is like
old.
retirement.
Yeah.
Retirement age. This guy was making this horse give carriage rides, malnourished.
Yeah.
The reason the horse was put to sleep was because they took him to a sanctuary and they went to a vet. They took him to a vet, and the vet had discovered so many problems that it was like, this horse is gonna suffer so badly. The only humane thing to do is to put it down.
Or this horse is going to be such a money pit.
Yeah,
We're just going to kill this fucking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you keep saying euthanize like it wasn't a shotgun to its head.
Right. Meanwhile, it's Elmer himself.
Elmer shows up.
Yeah.
What is that guy on Elmer's Glue anyway? That weird fucking character.
He's drenched in glue.
Jesus, if he showed up anywhere, now that I think about it, I'd be horrified.
Yo, that'd be such a great horror movie.
That would be a good costume.
Yeah.
Halloween's coming up. Maybe we drench ourselves in Elmer's
you're just
Glue.
pouring glue
Help me.
So
There's some horrible origin story to the Elmer's Glue character.
right, like sort of like Clayface in Batman.
Yeah.
Wonder if they stole that idea of Elmer's and made that Clayface.
We'll get to the bottom of it.
Not here. Not
Tune
now.
in next week.
Yeah. Ian McKeever, rat of the week. You took this horse, you rode him into the fucking grave.
Where'd you hear about this?
I was reading the paper.
Are they giving him any legal repercussions?
He's now going to be.
Are the horses filing a class action lawsuit?
They've gotten together.
Yeah.
Band of horses.
Band of horses. I was trying to come up with some hoove thing.
Yeah.
It behooved them to file.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so, okay. So yeah, it's there's going to be, I believe, a class action lawsuit pending, but also this guy's going to be facing criminal charges. Rat of the week, you're a piece of shit, animal abuser, scumbag human being. You know, it's disgusting. Also, his brother's going to jail too for forging the documents of saying registering the horse is 13 years old.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's dirty Photoshop work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I hope Ryder's family receives some sort of
compensation.
some sort of truff compensation. Trow.
I don't know. They bring a case of the glue to the family.
They bring a case of apples and carrots. Yeah. You deserve this.
Yeah,
I hope it brings some sort of comfort.
It's just a pyramid of sugar cubes. Yeah.
Oh, fun time.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got anything to push?
Follow my Instagram. The numbers are ticking up, and I appreciate that. At Dennis Rooney 7. It's the only place you'll find me on social media. You can go to my website, dennisrooney.com, but the Instagram is more up to date. I got dates coming up. We are somewhere next weekend.
That's not a public gig. I don't know. You keep bringing it
Well,
up.
I want people to know I'm working, so I'm doing privates all day long.
What was I going to say? I will be in Helium with Akash Singh, 27, 28, 29. Philly.
Nice.
Yeah. You know what's funny? They just paid me the portion of the tickets.
Already? They paid you early?
Yeah.
So you don't even have to do the gig?
No, I meant the speeding ticket.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, they sent it to you?
Yeah, they just sent it to me.
Oh, that's nice.
That's so sweet.
Oh, someone's ears were burning.
Yeah, right? Oh,
Here,
thank
someone's
God.
wallet was burning.
Yeah, my wallet.
All of you sent it, or
I think
all of them? All of you?
Them, they sent it. Yeah.
All right, so there was also like an organized thing where it's like, hey, guys,
yeah,
we need to.
we got to help this idiot out. He's so fucking poor. I'll be up in, all the gigs are at alldaykca.com. If you want to see me, I'll be in Connecticut, Jersey, Pennsylvania. All the gigs are there. All throughout now till beginning of December. If there's a place you want to see both of us, let us know. We'll come through, see what we can do for that. All Day KCA is the Instagram. Listen, literally I've been doing this now. I've started a week ago. Clips every day. There's a stand-up clip, whatever podcast clips comes out on Wednesday. I got a web series that you helped me shoot. That comes out on Tuesday, New York City Guru.
I saw you gave me the little icon video credit.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm pivoting actually to full-time editor and photographer.
This is
lighting.
our job now.
If you need a gaffer.
Yeah, if you need a
fluffer.
Yeah,
honestly, I need something. Whatever you got.
Yeah, he'll take. If you need a deflator,
like get on a blow-up mattress. You know how someone's got to lay down on it?
I was going to say maybe the guy's got a hard on and it's just lasting too long.
I just take off my shirt. They're like, oh, thank God. Thank you. If your erection lasts for more than 4 hours, look at a picture of naked Dennis Rooney.
So, it's all there. There's clips coming every day. So check that out. And for the people that have been sharing it, thank you very much. And, as always, you'll meet us outside.
City of Ride.